Hello and welcome back. I'm Mondef, of course, and I'm back on the Utopia Feed the Beast Ultimate server. And I've got a little bit of work done, you can see over there. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. But first, I just wanted to show you guys a few things that we've done since last episode. You can see Mally's got her DNA, almost a full portable tank. This is a portable tank. These things are neat because you can actually pick them up and put them back down, and they'll keep their stuff in them. So I think she was using this so that we know all of this has to move eventually, so she can just move her tank and keep her DNA, which is great. I adjusted my settings on my suit a little bit. As I watched back my footage from last episode, my walking around was a little bit sporadic, so I slowed it down. Hopefully that'll help. I'm going to jump down to the floor, get out here. Come on, door. Get through. Good door. Good door. And, other than that, I think this is the only other thing to take a look at. I mentioned we're going to have different towers, and each one of these platforms, towers, domes, whatever we want to call them, is going to be for something different. So this one is going to be to generate all of our power, and we're going to do that for both EU on this side through lava and Minecraft Jewels on that side through lava as well. The other sources of power, specifically red power, and factorization power, we'll visit if we get there. There is space in here for factorization power. If we want to use it, we can use this side or that side, whatever. Red power, it's a little bit weird. I don't know if that'll go in here or if that'll get its own platform, or we'll just generate it where we need it or something like that. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about that now or yet, because I don't need red power yet. Yes, so here we've got another one of these set up. And it's coming along pretty good. Just the same general idea here. Just take a really close look at this shape. This is the original one, and we spent a lot of time designing this one. These black lines are intended to kind of look like structure, kind of like a major beam or whatever, something like that. And then the rest of this is like some sort of plastery filler, concrete, something like that. So this is construction foam. These are actually basalt pavers. You can see they look actually, ooh, let me go back up here. They look very similar to construction foam. The texture and the color is different. We could have put these here and painted them black, but we liked this better. This has a stronger vertical line than that would have created, so we like that better. We're not going to use basalt pavers on every tower. In fact, the whole idea is that each tower share the concrete look, this part, but have unique support beams and also, oops, I flipped too high, accent colors. So this will be our first chance to really see what that's going to look like sitting next to each other. And I think what I want to use is marble brick as my support color. And we'll have to see what color I like as the accent. We're not stuck with Zycraft blocks, although I think they do look really cool in here. Because they glow in the dark, which is cool from really far away, especially at night. So yeah, we're gonna I'll probably use that on mine here. Good. Actually, this is the second time I've recorded this. I'm sure everybody who watched last episode noticed I had a small audio problem. I wasn't sure what was going on. I had done two things differently than I normally have done them in the past. I think I've isolated which one of them caused the issue, but not after having recorded a decent part of this episode. So, scrapped it all, started over, and we'll get back to work here. I need to go get a whole bunch of marble, which is going to be my project here. And we have this cave down here, which I haven't gone down yet. It's with you guys anyway. It's right here. Bunch of marble. This is a naturally spawned cave structure. And I just want to show you how awesome this cave structure is very quickly. You can go straight down. You can see underneath my radar I'm at 42. And then we can go down again. Hello, creeper. And now I'm at 14. And oh look, lava level. How cool is that? You can see, almost see sky from lava level. Almost, so close. This is a turtle quarry that we had done. So that part doesn't count, but you could get down to that level without it. And there is the other side of that as well. So, pretty cool, pretty cool. You can go down this hole too as well. And you got down to about 20 on this side before we started digging down for resources and things. So pretty sweet. I'm going to go ahead and start digging out this marble, which will change the shape of this area quite a bit. But I need it, so no big deal. Anyway, I'll see you guys back once I'm ready to set the rest of that up. Ooh, quartz! Oh, by the way, before I let you go and start digging a whole ton, I'm calling this stuff quartz. There's also those blue crystals from Zycraft. These, right here. I don't call these quartz anymore. I call these cave cactus. And the reason is because it's actually not hurting me right now, which it should be. It hurts you if you stand on them. Yeah, there you go, see? It hurts you. And it also does this, here. Bloop. Which sucks, because if you're mining ore, like if there's an ore right here on the ground and I'm like, ooh, an ore, and I dig it, and there's quartz crystal underneath it, guess what happens to the ore? It gets cave cactused. So, yes, cave cactus, bad. Go away. Never want to see you again in my life. It's everywhere. Alright, I'll see you guys soon, once I have the marble I need. Alright, several stacks of marble bricks. That should be plenty. More than plenty, in fact. It should be way more than I need. We made this one without jetpacks. And, yeah, I wasn't going to build another one without a jetpack, which is why I had to install the jetpack auxiliary for my power suit. Because, oh my gosh, can you imagine doing this, with this part of it, without a jetpack? You know how I like to build. I like to come up into here and, sketch the lines out, make sure the structure is going to look good. And then, once I get the structure laid out, I like to come through and start replacing the blocks so that I can stylize it. That build style does lend itself really well to the Wand of Equal Trade. Imagine if I had the Wand of Equal Trade, I'd just be up here to be like, bling, 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 and I'd be done. But we don't have that one yet, so I have to do it the old-fashioned way. Which is a little bit more annoying, but that's alright, not a huge deal. That should be enough to see. What I'm a little bit afraid of, this texture and color blending with this color. I can't change this because this is my consistency with that build. So I can only really change this part of it. So if it's too close, I'm going to have to go with something different. So let's take a step back. Come to the top of my dome. I need to take a step back real quick. I'll be there in a second. No, that's going to be fine. It's going to be a nice stripe of white. It gets a little bit blendy back in there where the dark shadows get, but we're going to be installing wrath lamps like these guys right here. Oops, it's too high. Still getting used to the way this works on this power suit. These wrath lamps, which will light up this whole thing. So, yep. Be yours? I'll be yours. I'm right here. Hi, May. Oh, zombies. She went and killed a lich today without me. Just kidding, it's fine. And she got this wand here, which is cool. Oh! Oh! I bow to you. Thank you, madame. Let's just be mean and bully him, thanks, Mike. Oh, man, thank you. I didn't know she had gotten to this yet. This one's hers, so I think I'm gonna have to give it back to her. Oh, yes. Okay, if you're unfamiliar with these things, just watch this, right? Shift right click. You can see my Wand of Equal Trade, a little bit obscured by chat there, but it's set now to marble, the glowing marble block. And now if you left click, you can just change one block at a time into marble. And if you right click, you change all of the connected blocks of the same type. So these are all connected. This one's disconnected, so that one won't happen. But all of these guys should go. And it affects an area. What do we have on this? Treasure and Frugal. Frugal makes it so that it doesn't cost as much the durability. It's like unbreaking for wands. The other one, Treasure, here makes it so that if you happen to break like diamonds or zirconium or lapis or something like that, it'll act like Fortune. Why they decided they needed different names, who knows? Maybe they thought that those names weren't magic-y enough. You know what? That actually, this one right here should be marble brick as well. I'm wondering on that one, did I actually get that block back? Or did it fall down to the ground? Who knows? My inventory's full. Get out of here, cave cactus. Goodbye, spider eyes. Rotten grossness. Sulfur disgusting. Okay. Be changed. Oh, it changed all of that too. Huh. I didn't think these diagonals were connecting lights, but apparently they are. That makes my job even easier. The one thing I wish this one had on it is potency. Potency for the wand of equal trade makes it so that it covers a bigger area in a right click. But I can't argue. Look how quick this is. Oh, how amazing is this? Melly, is this a present or is this a loan? She'll tell me here. Okay, it's a loan. It's a loan. She's gonna want it back. That's fine. I'll make her make me one. I'll enchant it myself. Hopefully I can get potency on it. Awesome. This is so cool. There's another thing you can get for these ones, which is amazing. It's charging, which makes it so it repairs itself. Which is just... the ability for a tool to repair itself, a little bit overpowered, but I don't really care on these ones. Like, if you consider in Feed the Beast, like, my power tool, all I have to do is stand on a charging plate and charged, good to go. Or a chainsaw, put it in a generator, you know, or a bat box or MFE. Charged, ready to go. They never really break, so it seems a little bit overpowered, but when you compare it to the rest of Feed the Beast, it really isn't. Alright, let's take a step back. Yeah, that looks really cool. That looks really good. Alright, I need to change all of this cobblestone, not all of it, but we're going to do all of it just because it's easier. The middle will get replaced with the accent block here in a minute. Get that. How much of this do I have left? A stack and a half, maybe enough to finish. These lines across the top, those are sketch lines for where the dome will sit. And we decided that we're not going to stick with perfect spherical domes. We're going to go with spherical domes and a mixture. There's the end of my bricks, so I'm going to need more. That's fine. We're going to go with a mixture of spherical and ellipsoid. An ellipsoid is the name of the geometric structure that is a dome, but instead of being a perfect curve, it's like flatter, like an ellipse is. An ellipse like a squish circle, and ellipsoid's a squished beach ball. So we're going to use ellipsoids on some of these. I want this one to be dome though, because being the organization system, I feel like it's one of the primary systems. So it'll be a dome as well. The awkward systems will be the ones that require ellipsoids, and they'll be the ones that we go to use. Looking and working with this shape, there's an extra space in here. I'm going to go over here to the power tower and show you what I mean. Let's come over here. It's a little bit of a mess in here. There we go. Fly up here. I'm going to stay up underneath the floor here. There's all this extra space in here. This is intended for wiring and connecting systems together. So, on this floor, we have space really to go either way. Here we go. Up here. There we are. Right. We have space here. We got the power being the lava coming down. We're generating power into these guys here. Now, all of this stuff, this will all be gone soon. Let me just sit here and charge while we talk. We can go down right here, or really anywhere along that space. And even if we go down right by the wall, right underneath the glass, there's still space underneath there. Let me get up underneath here. This is that red. This is the outside wall. Beyond this is the outside. So even if we went straight up or over here, we can come straight down and we still have room to run the wiring. So this space left blank intentionally, basically, is what I'm saying. So when we go over to our new tower, it looks a little funny right now. Because, come over here, you get up inside of it and you're like, why is this huge lip here? The floor will actually sit here. And we'll stand up on top of that. That space underneath, intentionally left blank, is for wiring. Because our storage system is going to require power to operate and to stay operational. So that will probably all get hidden underground inside of this intentionally left blank space. But it looks like I didn't quite get enough marble, so I'm back down to the caves. I'll see you in a minute once I've got all of this marbled up. Alright, so got that all done. Starting to look pretty snazzy, if I do say so myself. Let's go ahead and come over here and have a sit down. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's going to look really good once it's lit under there. I think I'm too far to use my wand, so I'll put torches on there. I am. Okay, that's alright. Looks pretty good. Pretty good. It's going to look really good once we get some wrath lamps. We'll do that soon. But seeing those connecting, I was under the impression that diagonals were not connecting lines. So I want to do some tests here. First of all, first thing we'll test is the wiki says that it only changes blocks exposed to air. So here we've got a solid 3x3x3 block of netherrack. And I should have enough bricks to replace all of it. If the wiki's right, then the center will still be netherrack. And you can see it by picking it up, it was, and that one's netherrack as well. Perfect. Alright. Let's go ahead and make this solid marble brick. And we'll set down netherrack, set our wand of equal trade to it. I want to test to see if diagonals like these count. So we'll replace this with another block, like this. So if a diagonal like this counts, and when I right-click this block, it should also replace that block. And it does. And I need to know... no, have to know. Alright. Horizontals work as well. So let's go ahead and set that to netherrack. And set my wand back to brick, and horizontals work as well. Okay, so that's cool. And yeah, that's really neat. Alright. It's pretty good, pretty good. Alright, cool. Alright, well, there you go. Diagonals work in every direction, whether or not there's air between them. It's good to know. I did not know that before. So, I have to keep an eye on that while I'm wand of equal trading. Of course, for these structures, it's going to help a lot. Make it much easier to do these things. So, there we go. Nice. We still need to replace the accent block out. That's fine, we'll do that soon. We also need to make some of these wrath lamps. I get this comment a lot. I don't show a lot of crafting on my shows. I showed a little bit of crafting yesterday. I'm up for showing the weird stuff, you know? If I get questions about it, I figure there are people out there who I might be able to help a little bit. So I'm going to show you a weird one. I've got some iron here. Actually, I don't have quite enough iron. Let's see here. We need... Let's see here. I need 19 times 2. I don't do math. I let the computer do math for me. There we go. 38. That's how many I need. I'm going to make some dark iron. I always get this question, how do you make dark iron? I can't make dark iron, especially because my favorite item, one of my favorite items in the game is the, wow, what's the name of the thing? The router? The router? Yes. Let me show you the block here in NEI. The router. This is one of my favorite things in the game here. The router, which of course is crafted with dark iron, ender pearls, and hive ender, and an egg. To make dark iron, the first thing you need to do is compress iron blocks. I'm making 4 here. In vanilla, you just, craft these in a crafting table, but Feed the Beast actually removes that functionality, and so you have to compress it, which is fine, not a big deal. There's actually too many in there. I only need one too many. I must have clicked too many times somewhere down the line. So yeah. Now, I say router, and I mean this guy, the actual one called router, item ID 1000. The item router, this one, this guy comes from Minecraft factories. This is not my favorite block. This is basically a glorified obsidian pipe with a little bit of sorting mechanisms in it. Not that one, this one. If you don't know what that one does, we'll be using it, so stay tuned. Alright, come on. Compress. Oh, yeah, perfect. I didn't have too many. Somebody out there, or all of you guys probably, are like smacking your head being like, why can't this guy do math? I can do math. I use a calculator to do math, right? I actually had somebody ask me once, well, come on, man, what's the highest level of math you've ever gotten to? And I was like, oh, you know, multidimensional calculus? And he was like, oh. I just forgot all my math. Alright, you push it down and you get it. This is my dark iron furnace. I'll show you this guy. The basic setup is a 3x3x3 of nether brick. Nether brick. That's the only block you can use. Nether brick's the only thing that doesn't burn reliably from Wrathfire, which is what's in there. Now you can put any block you want in there and light it, and it'll work. Netherrack has the advantage of never burning out, so you can see the Wrathfire will always burn inside of this area, and it's contained inside of my nether brick structure. This block here is, well, yeah, let's see, place it. This is a block breaker from Red Power, just attached with a button. And this is a totally probably the ghettoest way you could possibly ever do this. We'll build a better one of these in the future, because I do like me the dark iron. Block breaker with the button, put it down, wait for it to turn this bluish blackish color here. Like a bluish black. And then you push the button. You could break it with a pick. But when you break it with a pick, you never quite know which way the item's going to bounce. And it might bounce straight into the Wrathfire and you lose all of your iron. So, bad. Dark iron, right? Now we're making these wrath lamps. Let me just pull it up. Here we are. Wrath lamps. These require dark iron, some glass panes, a couple pieces of silver, and a wrath igniter. So, as you can see, our chests are a bit of a mess. I'm going to find the wrath igniter. I have no idea where it is. Pull together the silver and the glass panes, and I'll catch you once I have all of those. Alright, I have everything that we need, and I'm going to use my crafting bench on my power tool here. And we put dark iron in the corners, just like this, just like the recipe says. Bloop, and the wrath igniter. Now, you look at this and you're like, wrath igniter, that takes diamonds, it's so expensive. It doesn't actually consume the wrath igniter, it does do damage to it though. So you can see slowly the wrath igniter will break. Looks like I can only make one more of these on this wrath igniter. So they are a bit expensive, but they're not terrible like people try to make them out to be. Alright, I'm looking at this and there's two different approaches I can take. The first is to knock this thing out right here. Oop. And place my wrath igniter right there. And done. Brightened up. That actually looks really good. The second approach I can take, and we're going to go ahead and try that on the opposite side where it's dark. We're going to knock out these torches. Try to catch them so our wand will eat them. Alright, second approach I can take is to come up on top here. We'll probably go in the same spot just for light consistency. I don't need this stir, it's extra. So this is on the 1, 2, 3 level down. So 1, 2, 3 right here. This is the second approach I can take is to pull out of my bag, which I know I miss. And we can just in this inventory screen cut up a marble block here. I'm just kind of cutting them down to the smallest ones just because it's cheaper to use these than it is to use bigger blocks when you're using macros. And do that. Now from the outside that looks like a full block. The advantage to this is that light passes through this block. So I'm interested to see what that looks like because that will fully obscure it. Now the wrath lamps can be a little bit strange when they're obscured from blocks. You can see it actually did nothing to light this up while it did light that up effectively. So, I don't know that that's a great solution. Alright. Well, come on, give me it back. Doesn't matter what tool you use, these things take forever to break. And I broke the one on the other side. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Exactly. There we go. Alright, now, here's another idea. If I wasn't using wrath lamps, which, okay, I don't have to use wrath lamps. I could put a torch here. And now this light will pass through this block and around out to the other side. And if I did this in enough places, then I could effectively line this whole thing with light. The problem with that is that there's a big space right here that I can't put lights inside of this construction foam. I can't pick it up, much less cut it into microblocks. So I need this to be covered with light from these wrath lamp sources. And that's why I've been leaning towards using wrath lamps rather than torches. And if this isn't going to work with the wrath lamp, and it needs to be dangling on the outside, then we'll do it that way. Like that. There we go. And yeah. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. I think that'll do. They're much more obscured on the basalt, but you can still see them. So I don't love the way they look perfectly in this environment, but they're not bad. Actually, let's try this. Right, so now the column's totally lit, which looks great. And all the space underneath here is lit, which is awesome. Go ahead and knock that torch out, don't need it anymore. Let's try covering this now. Let's try covering it like this. With it right there. Is that going to affect its ability to pass light out to the rest of the area? No, it doesn't. Curious, curious. Now, I need this to be more blendy, so let's go ahead and try this. What I'm trying to do is make it so you can't see that that block is different from out here, which does mean that I'm going to need 4 of these. Get up there and place this there. There. Can you even tell that that one's... because it's a little bit bigger now. It's a 16th bigger than the blocks around it. It's that one right there. I don't know. I'm going to leave it there. I'll have to see if it bothers me, because it might bother me too much. It's brighter too. Actually, it looks like it dimmed the column. Let's check it. It looks like it, but let's see what the actual numbers say. Let's go ahead and stand on this one, open F3. We're looking at block light. It's right about right here. Block light 11. Alright, let's go around to the other side. Right here. Block light 10, so it is 1 lower. It's bizarre. 1. Huh. Oh, you know what? As well, I'm getting sunlight too, so that's not sunlight that we're looking at. 10. We are getting sunlight right now passing through them. That'll be obscured once we put the floor on it, but that's not actually touching the column. It would only be sunlight level 2. Alright, we're going to leave that. We're going to see. I'm interested. What do you guys think? Should I just let the wrath lamps be, or should I macro block it? I don't know. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it. Alright, I'm going to lay the floor in. You can see over here we did this kind of a star pattern. I'm going to stick with the star pattern. I'm probably not going to put in the little fish swirls because the circle's smaller than it is, and most of this outside space is going to be consumed by machinery. So I'm going to get that laid in. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I finished the floor, got it all laid in here. Looking pretty good. I went with the same style for the storage tower here as I did with the power tower over there. I should say Mally. Mally designed it. I went with the same style here that Mally designed for that tower. Because I feel like the storage and the power are related enough, and they're kind of the core of any FTB base, that I kind of feel like they need to be attributed. The floor needs to be related. So yeah, we're doing that. I don't have enough aluminum blocks to finish this, and well, we might. I just don't know where they are. But I don't think we have enough aluminum to finish it. Ah, darn, I do that again. I keep on breaking these while I'm waiting for them all to dry. That's okay. We'll just use a spare. Because you have to do that to place all this construction foam, I've got all this dirt underneath here to hold up the scaffolding, which I haven't dug out yet. Because the power tool here is really quick. This is pretty soft material. I'm not going to demonstrate on that. I'll demonstrate here on the marble brick. Just click, chink. It's that fast. It's very quick. Oh, come on, let me fly. Let me fly, I say. Why no fly mode? Flight on. Be fly! Why no fly jetpack? Okay, alright, sometimes this gets bugged. You have to open that screen and then tell it, toggle it, and then you can fly again. And my jetpack is... Oh, I'm wearing the CF backpack. Somebody out there slapped their forehead so hard that they have a red spot on their head. Okay. And there we go. Alrighty. Back inside. So, to work with these, I'm actually going to use this screen here. This lets us turn modules on and off. I use it to turn on and off my flight mode. We talked about this last episode. I'm going to assign a new key. It's going to be P for pickaxe, and I think this one's the pickaxe. There we go. Just drag it over. And now I've assigned the pickaxe to P. What that allows me to do is come in here, hit P, toggle pickaxe off. So now if I go to hit, for example, this marble brick here, it's like I'm punching it. So very little progress on it, but I still have the shovel on, so now I can do this without having to worry about accidentally hitting that. Or that. Right, so now I can just come in here and go hog wild. Ta-da! I don't have to worry about breaking off the blocks on the far side or anything like that. Piece of cake to dig this out. This is why I love these tools. You know, for example, if you were using like the IC drill, you can't do that, right? You could, okay, you could use vanilla tools. You know, you could use a shovel, for example, to do this, and that, yeah, that's fine. Shoot, you could even probably the fastest tool to use to clear this specific situation is the shovel from Bombcraft. Can't remember the name. Earth Mover, something like that. I don't typically like that tool, but for this, it would be great. But, you know what? This works pretty darn good. I don't have to carry another tool. If I don't have to carry another thing, I will not do it. I'll go ahead and place some torches around. I love this wand of torchy farness. Oh, it's so good. Okay. Now that I'm done digging all this stuff out, of course I want my pickaxe functionality back. So I just hit P again. There you go. Toggle pickaxe on. And now I'm back to fast dig mode. Should be. I toggled it on. Toggle pickaxe on. Ha! There we go. It's a work in progress mod. There's still some bugs with it. Sometimes when you toggle stuff, it doesn't actually toggle. But hit it again a couple times, it'll go on. It'll go on. Alright. So, looks really good in here now. Did that really safely, really quickly. And we're good to go. This hole, I know it's not centered. It's not intended to be centered. It's actually temporary. So I could get in there and clear the dirt out. I'm almost out of time here, but here's a few tricks. If you get just too tired of waiting for the stuff to dry, right-click it with sand. It'll use the sand, but it will instantly dry the CF foam. So if you're getting close and those last few ones won't dry and you want to move on to the rest of the build or the rest of the project, pull out some sand, right-click, and poof, dry CF foam. CF foam. It's not CF foam, it's CF. The F stands for foam. That would be like construction foam, which might be fun to say, but not exactly grammatically correct. Okay. I know we're going over a little bit on time, but I want to finish this tower, so I need to put a stripe of color in it. That is the next thing to do, and then I need to also put the glass dome on it. We are eventually going to go with different colors of glass. There's, you know, stained glasses and things like that. But I'm going to go ahead and stick with clear, regular vanilla glass blocks. These are easy to get, so we're going to work with them for now. You can see they don't, this one didn't connect at the top. We used a circle up here. I'll probably go ahead and emulate that over there. Not a big deal. Piece of cake to do. What color should we put here? That's the question on my mind right now. So let me pull together a few of each color of block. Start some sand smelting into glass. And we'll take a look at a number of different colors on the tower. And this episode will go over a little bit, it'll be a little bit longer. Hope you guys don't mind. Okay, so bad news and good news. The bad news is that I was wrong. I had not isolated the problem. That causes my mic to go all sorts of wacky. Good news is, I won't say that I've done it. I think I found it. It's an interaction when you have both TeamSpeak and Skype installed on a Mac. They echo cancellation each other, and then you get all sorts of crazy echo. So, yeah. Crazy problem, because it doesn't matter whether or not they're running. They feed off of each other, off of the codecs when they're running. So, yeah, I have disabled those echo cancellation codecs. Hopefully that should help. I know that's a little techie, but if anybody out there is having that same issue, let me know and I can help them through it. Anyway, on other news, that does mean that I lost a clip that I recorded. Mally gave me this great new toy. It's the portable hole. This lets us go straight through walls, so if I want to get into this tower, for example, whoop, and in we go. And we can fly up to the top here. And if I'm up here doing whatever it is, I can go right here, and out we go. You kind of caught a glimpse of that, which is also what we did. It's got netherrack on it. That's what we've got left to do. We went with blue. I know we left off saying we're going to look at colors. I looked at blue and green, considered black and the white. The white was going to wash out. The black gave a really hard line. And then the blue just looked better to my eye in this situation, so looks pretty cool if I can, say myself here. Looks pretty awesome. Alright. We're going to do a couple things. A couple just kind of clean-up-y things here. This was left open so I could get in. I no longer need that since I've got Mally's new toy. And we need to knock these out. My pick must be off or I'm lagging. Oh, I'm flying, that's why. There we go. Yeah. So, pretty cool, pretty cool. Sphere generator I used. I'll give a plug for that since I'll be using it a lot here. It's called Plots. P-L-O-T-Z. And you can just Google it. It's easy to find. It works great. You give it a diameter. It creates odds or even spheres. Either way, whatever fits your build. It even creates ellipsoids and torus circles, and has a couple fun structures that it can generate for you as well, an observatory, a wizard's tower, and things like that. And they all have adjustable values. They're all really neat renders and give you and then they just give you layer by layer, and you can view it in either isometric, which is a 3-dimensional view from an angle, or you can view it in 2 dimensions and build it layer by layer, which is the way I like to do it. I like to view it in 3 dimensions, make sure it's going to look good as the shape, and then when it does, switch it over, build it off of 2D mode. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'd show you the program, but I don't have permission to do that. So yeah, if by any random chance somebody who's actually watching this is associated with the Plots group of programmers and website designers and wants to give me permission, great. I could not find permission on your website to do that. Okay, so we're almost done here. Bloop, bloop. These netherrack were just for their block assisters. When you gotta get that block floating in the air. Just let me do that. I always do that in a different block, that way I know which ones to knock out. Just imagine if that was the same block, that would be ridiculous. You never find them all, especially in glass. I actually considered building the entire dome out of like cobblestone and then going through with the wand of equal trade and putting the glass, but I decided against it. As long as I was placing all the glass, I didn't want to have to do it twice anyway. Oh, there's dirt under here. I thought I saw dirt under there. Oh, I did. Dirt. How many people has that been bugging all episode? Alright. Cool. So the only thing missing to be totally done with this is a whole bunch of aluminum, which we might have down in those chests, but I can't find it. It's part of the reason why we need this whole thing, so we can actually find stuff. So, looks really good. I'm very happy with the progress we were able to make today, but unfortunately I am out of time. That is our storage tower. I'm Mondef. Thank you for watching. If you do like this video, click that like button or leave a comment. Both make me very happy and help me out, help other people find me so they can enjoy my channel too. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.